Watson, are you ready? Miss Watson?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Sheila.
Here we go.
Help us, Lord.
Here at the courthouse on the big day of the case. And Miss Watson, can I get a statement from you? What are your thoughts on Officer Collins was
Hello,
the one
everyone.
Identified to have shot
Thank
Devon
you for
Watson.
joining me on today. There are a lot of factors, details, and accounts to examine that might make this case more difficult. The outcome may not please everyone, but I can promise you this. Our city will always act in the best interest of our citizens and see that this case has a fair and proper outcome.
Mrs. Watson, I'm going to make sure we get justice for your son.
Thank you.
Now calling the matter of the Commonwealth versus Collins. Please give your undivided attention. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm Michelle Williams, Assistant Attorney of the Commonwealth in the City of Eastwood. Today, I'm going to show you beyond reasonable doubt that Officer Brent Collins unjustly killed Devon Watson. You will hear how a traffic stop spiraled into an execution of 4 bullet holes in the chest. You will see how Devon had no weapons on him, was forcefully pulled from his vehicle, and still, through it all, was nonviolent. You will see how Officer Collins' actions led to an unnecessary death of an innocent man. Thank you.
Is the defense ready?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Carr, and today I would like to present to you the facts, the realities and dangers of being a police officer in today's hostile environment. I will show you how an officer, following protocol, had to resort to using lethal force to stop a man from threatening his life. You will see how Officer Collins used his weapon only when he felt threatened and Mr. Watson became hostile. You will see how this was not murder, but simply a tragic accident.
Would the prosecution like to call its next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Sheila Brown.
Sheila Brown? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Sheila Jane Brown.
Miss Brown, were you with a man named Devon Watson on the night of July 17th?
Yes. He was my boyfriend.
What were you doing with him that night?
I was in the car with him, and we were driving back to my house.
Continue.
As I said, we were driving back to my place. We turned down the street, and a police cruiser pulled up right behind us. The car didn't turn their lights on right away, but it followed us for like 2 blocks. Then they did.
Explain what happened next.
Devon pulled over and Officer Collins got out, saying Devon had a busted taillight and demanded his license and registration. Devon started to reach in his pocket for it and Collins asked him what he was reaching for. They started arguing back and forth with Officer Collins getting more and more aggressive and even threatening Devon.
Did Devon have any weapons on him?
No.
What else happened?
Next thing I know, Officer Collins opened the door and yanked Devon out. That's when...
Miss Brown?
That's when Officer Collins shot Devon 4 times at point blank.
Did anything else happen right before Officer Collins fired his weapon?
Devon had his hands up and I could hear him say, "Don't shoot. Don't shoot."
Thank you. No further questions.
Come on, keep going. Keep pushing. Harder. All right. Keep up that hard work, little man. Not just in the gym. Don't let no one tell you ain't worth something, no matter what their skin color is.
Hey, Kai.
Go on, kid.
Did you see what's going on in the news? The court case about Devon and that cop that killed him?
Yeah, I saw Amar. What's up, Rock?
It's happening again. Why does it take so long just to prove what we already know? That the pig is guilty.
Let me guess. The cop had some weak defense?
And he hasn't spoken yet. But yeah, we all know he's guilty. Officer Brent Collins. I'm pretty sure he busted one of our guys at some point.
Help me with this, Amar.
When is Eastwood really gonna get it? When are they gonna get theirs?
Who knows at this point? That's the way these towns usually are.
Yeah, at least we got this place, our rules, our way.
No doubt.
You know the one thing that's bugging me is that they're gonna use this whole broken taillight joint as a cause for pulling Devon over. You would think everyone would know that it's a code word for I'm a racist pig because of how many times it's used. Like, how many more of us dead is it going to take?
Amar.
I'm just saying. Like, what's next? Little Mike over there ain't even 15 yet and gets shot, and they're gonna use that as an excuse on his life. They gotta go to bed praying that they're not next.
And we're making sure we don't let that happen again.
But what if it does? What if we're not there one day to protect them? I don't want these kids to end up shot in the back like a dog.
What do you think we're doing here, huh? You think I don't know we're a wanted species? The Wildcats are giving them the black pride and black power that this world has stripped from them. They're gonna know their rights, how to defend themselves, and know that those who oppose them are the enemy. We're gonna protect ours. I'll make sure of it.
Yeah, you right, Kai. Man, I just got a little worked up.
Yeah, I'll be the same way. And as a matter of fact, I think it's time we paid the courthouse a visit.
I would like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Miss Brown, you said that Officer Collins and Mr. Watson were arguing back and forth. Did at any point Mr. Watson raise his voice at the officer?
Yes, but so did Officer Collins.
And what were they arguing about?
Devon felt that Officer Collins was being rude and pulled him over because he was black.
So if Mr. Watson was arguing with Officer Collins, would you say he was being compliant with his requests?
Officer Collins was being...
Was he being compliant with Officer Collins' requests?
I mean, no. Devon was defending himself.
So Mr. Watson was not being compliant with Officer Collins' requests.
He did obey when he reached for his license.
You also said that Officer Collins yanked Mr. Watson out of the car? Did at any point Officer Collins ask for Mr. Watson to step out of the vehicle?
I saw Officer Collins grab him forcefully.
I mean, did Officer Collins ask for Mr. Watson to get out of the vehicle?
Yes.
And did Mr. Watson comply?
Well, no. I mean, he...
So then, was Collins just simply making Devon comply with his request?
I guess.
And you said you saw Officer Collins shoot Mr. Watson right after? Or was there a period of time from when Mr. Watson was out of the car and when he was shot?
After Devon was forced out of the car, there was about 30 seconds of confrontation.
And from your vantage point in the vehicle, could you audibly and clearly hear everything that was said?
Yes.
Was there any time where your attention may have been off of Mr. Watson and Officer Collins?
I reached down in my purse to get my phone for a few seconds.
Was that before or after Mr. Watson was out of the car?
After.
Is it possible then that during this time you might have missed what was going on?
No! I heard loud and clear that the cop told Devon to get back. And I heard Devon say, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" And then I saw him shoot Devon.
I can't believe they did that to him.
Because I'm numb to him. Watch for my cue.
But right before that, did you have a visual of what was happening or was your head down?
My head was down for a second.
And did Devon have his arms up the whole time? Did Devon have his arms up the whole time?
No.
Lock all them cops. Lock the murderers up.
Justice for Devon! Justice for Devon!
Security.
Justice for Devon! Justice for Devon! Get off me!
Black lives have never mattered to this court or to America. We demand justice. We demand justice.
Justice! Justice!
And after that little episode, I think it's time we adjourn for the day. Sessions will continue tomorrow promptly at 9 a.m.
We're live here at the Eastwood Courthouse, where hundreds are gathered outside to react to the trial of Officer Collins. Oh, and there goes our mayor. Mayor Bigsby. Mr. Mayor.
Sorry, late for a meeting. No further questions.
Always the bright and shining personality.
Get off me, man! Get off me!
Oh, and looks like we have Kai Banks kicked out of court.
That's
Hey!
right. Kicked out of court for expressing our concerns for this community.
Yep.
How many officers have we seen acquitted for murder? I've never seen any of our people get justice in this building.
Exactly.
And see how the city treats us? There goes our mayor slinking away like a cowardly dog. Where's the justice, Eastwood?
Well, there you have it. Kai Banks.
Hey everyone, you see this behind me? This is our courthouse, a symbol of justice, equality, and freedom for all. But there are people out here to dismantle our democracy and our judicial system because of someone that attacked a police officer? That is insane. That is exactly why we have to stand and back the blue. We can't shed a tear for every criminal that gets shot.
What did you say about my son?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Who do you think I am? I asked you a question. What did you say about my son?
Well, what I was saying was that, Devon, your son has a criminal record in his past, and according to reports,
You don't know a thing about my son. When he was 17, he got into a fight one day, landed him in jail. He tried to change his life after that. That was 10 years ago. As you sit here with your facts, statistics, and theoretical arguments, my son is dead. Gone. Not even here to defend himself from people like you.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but wouldn't you say it's unfair to throw the officers of this good town under the bus because one man wasn't complying with them?
Even if he was, he didn't deserve to end up shot like a wild animal because of a tail light.
Ma'am, I'm just...
Oh, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to marginalize him into a certain group of people.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
It sure is. How dare you come up to me and tell me my son's death was somehow his fault?
Excuse me.
Who are you?
I'm John Mark. I heard about the court case that was happening, and I just wanted to express my condolences.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I guess I'll leave now.
That's probably for the best.
Thank you for that.
No problem. I could hear y'all from the bottom of the steps of the courthouse. I just figured I'd intervene.
I just wish they'd convict the man.
I think it's fair that we want swift justice. But we've made it this far. Don't lose sight of that. We have to build bridges.
But they killed my boy, and they think it's okay, and that he deserved to die.
I know. I understand. I feel your pain. But true justice and change can only come when a community is united. That's how healing can happen.
But they don't want to understand. You saw that firsthand from her.
Then we have to help them understand. That's what I'm going to do. I just hope everyone will listen.
So sorry I'm late. Busy day.
No problem, Mr. Mayor. We're ready to go.
Okay. What's on the agenda for today?
We're talking about cleaning the fountains in the Founders Park, new sanitation trucks being purchased, and if we're going to continue funding the Eastwood Heights housing project.
Let's go to work.
Thank you for listening to The Miseducation of John Mark. Episode 3, The Trial of Officer Collins, was written by Aaron Woods and Joshua Williams. Directed, sound designed, and edited by Joshua Williams. Produced by Evan Carrington and Joshua Williams. Starring Jalen Barnes, Michael Roxy Johnson, Justice Hall, Rebecca Maidabaugh, Alex Iasconi, Adrian Justice, Cameron Peters, Christina Connerton, and Trayvon Foster. Additional voices by Jackie Adonis, Dave Eagleston, Rick Larimore, Jim Stewart, and Heather Remick. Music by Duke Harrington, Dream Cave, John Barzetti, _91 Nova, Elephant, Bobby Cole, Michael Vignola, and Caleb Childress. The Miseducation of John Mark is a C-Space media production. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and review and share it with a friend. Keep up with the production by signing up for our email list at whoisjohnmark.com or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/whoisjohnmark.